He handed me the envelope like he was doing me a favor. "Here," he said, "as per the contract, this is your pension. Now pack up and leave." $50. After 32 years of loyalty, sleepless nights, and building his empire line by line of code, that's what my worth came down to. The price of a cheap dinner. I remember looking at his face, the smug smile, the dismissive flick of his hand, as if I were a stain he'd finally cleaned off his perfect white shirt. I didn't argue. I didn't even blink. I just nodded, folded the envelope, and slipped it into my pocket. He thought I was broken. He had no idea I was just getting started. I joined him when his company was nothing but a rented office and a dream too big for his wallet. He was charming then, hungry, ambitious, and humble enough to admit he needed me. "You're the brain," he'd said. "I'm just the face." And together, we built it. TrackerNet, the country's leading car tracking and fleet management system. Every GPS signal, every route, every lock command, my code ran through it all. It was more than a system, it was my legacy. Until greed took over his gratitude. It started with small things, bonuses delayed, credits missing from public announcements, new recruits whispering that the system wasn't my creation at all. I ignored it, told myself loyalty would outlast lies. But then came the new contracts, the ones that stripped my ownership rights, the ones I was told were formalities. I signed them, trusting the man who once called me his brother. I didn't realize I was signing away my name. The final betrayal came silently. A single HR email. Subject line, retirement notification. No warning, no farewell, no acknowledgement. Just a date, a line that said all due settled as per contract, and his signature at the bottom. That signature burned in my mind. I remember the cold air that morning, how the office smelled of new paint and expensive perfume from the younger executives who'd replaced us old ones. I packed my things, my mug, my old laptop, the one he didn't even notice I still used, and I left without saying goodbye. At home, I sat in front of that laptop, the one machine that still carried my fingerprint, literally and figuratively. I opened the core of the TrackerNet system, my code, my creation. They thought they had full access. They thought wrong. Every system I ever built carried a hidden layer, a root access protocol buried under 12 levels of encryption. Only I knew it existed. Only I could reach it. So I did. Line by line, I changed it, quietly, efficiently, no traces, no alerts. I rerouted the core server access through a phantom layer only I controlled. Then I added a lock, a simple but cruel one. The next time someone tried to access the central server without my authorization, every tracking unit in their entire network would go dark. Cars would disappear off the map, clients would panic, contracts would break. I called it fair compensation. Then I shut the laptop and waited. The next morning my phone buzzed. Once, twice, then non-stop. 66 missed calls, all from him. By noon, news spread across the company's internal network. The tracking system was down. Vehicles vanished from live feeds. The emergency recovery servers couldn't locate a single one. Millions of dollars in contracts froze instantly. He called again. Desperation now laced his voice. "Please," he begged on voicemail, "we can talk. Just help me restore it. I'll make it worth your time." I almost laughed. Now he wanted to talk. I let him sweat for 48 hours, long enough for his investors to pull out, for his reputation to crumble, for panic to set in. Then I called him back. "I see you got my retirement gift," I said. "What do you want?" His voice was trembling. "I already have what I want. Money? You can have it, just—" "It's not about money," I interrupted. "It's about value. You gave me $50. I gave you a reminder of what that buys." I ended the call. 10 minutes later, I restored the system. Everything came back online, perfectly intact. But the damage, the real kind, was already done. His clients had lost faith. His investors demanded answers. His staff whispered about the man who fired his most loyal engineer and nearly lost his empire in a single night. Within weeks, he resigned for personal reasons. People asked why I didn't press charges, why I didn't demand compensation. They don't understand. Revenge isn't always about destruction. Sometimes it's about clarity. He thought I was replaceable. Now, every time he looks at a GPS signal, every time a client praises the precision of the system, he knows I'm still there. In every line of code, in every signal that pings. My name isn't on the company wall, but it's written in every heartbeat of that system. $50 for 32 years. A fair trade for peace, power, and silence. Because sometimes the sweetest revenge is control.